Oh, and there I am. Oh shoot, there we go. Hello, here I am. Alright, so I'm back in the forever world. It is really late. It's actually not that late. It's only like almost 12. Okay, so I'm here in the forever world, and if you saw the last video, which I doubt you did because well, by the time this one goes up, I doubt that one really has any views, much like the other ones. Um then you may notice that this environment looks slightly different from a previous environment, and there's a good reason for that. And that is because I feel confident and comfortable saying that I have finished up the desert area. So I am going to give a grand reveal and go ahead and show what I've done. And I'll also discuss a few future plans that I have for that area. Nothing crazy, but I'm gonna jump over there and I'll see you when I get there. And here we are. So this is the bridge, a little broken bridge. So the first thing I do want to mention is eventually the plan is to expand out to the rest of this island. I think I mentioned that before. That is still the plan, but I really just needed a change of scenery. I've been working on this for so long that I was to a point where I'm like, I need something new. And that's not unusual. When I was working out here in what will eventually be like the steampunk area, I got to the same point where I'm like, I just need a break from this. And I had a real urge to build in like a desert environment. So that's how that all came to be. So yeah, this is what I consider currently like the beginning and the entrance area, if you will. And I'm gonna just do like a really quick recap over everything because, like I said, I'm done with it for right now. There's a few little things that I want to add in later on. I think I'll just do a tour first and then discuss that after. But yeah, so like I said, that's the like what I would consider the starting point. You got the road goes there, or comes down here. Also goes this way. Yeah, poor frames right now. Yeah, so road goes this way. Take it to the left. You got the village over here. This is a majority of the housing. You also got the farms. Quite a few iron golems around, and I'm not sure why, because I was under the impression they didn't spawn unless the villagers were in danger. And the villagers, I mean, they're definitely not in danger here, not that I've seen. Yeah, there's, that's 2, 3, should be at least one more. Yeah, there's 4. Probably another one somewhere. 5, yeah, quite a few iron golems around. So, yeah, the village, I mean, it's fairly basic. You got a little well. The fences that go around to try and keep the villagers from falling in the water. Emphasis on trying because it was not always successful. And that happened over here. In fact, I hope there's no more villagers down here. No. They fell in, or fell off over here. And thought somewhere I made it where they could jump back up. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just rescued all of them. Yeah, so you go down there to fish. I've actually gone fishing there a couple times. Got all those chickens, and that is a lot of chickens. Alright, come this way. Leads to the docks, one of the docks. So this one has regular sized boats that you can actually take and go places. Yes, has that little tent right there. Got the shops in here. I'm not going to show all of them, but this is a couple of librarian, lumberjack, naturalist. That's one of the modded ones. Cartographer, that wouldn't fit on the sign, so he's a map maker. Engineer is another one of the modded ones. Little hub, like little central hub here. Some of the villagers are using this area. I actually am going to show a couple of shops right quick. So I did this on pretty much every shop. where I decorated the shop to match whatever the villager was. These three villagers, they are not the villagers that own this shop. It is this fisherman. They just moseyed their way in here because of the barrels and the, what was that, smoker? The smoker. I sound like I said smoker. This is the leather worker. I can remember. So yeah, I decorated this stalls to kind of match the profession. I'm gonna show one or two more down here. I tried to put a lot of effort into designing these well and like really taking time to think about what would look right, while also thinking that this is one of the modded guys. This is Frederick. He's one of my favorite villagers. But thinking like if these villagers were say like renting these shops, what would they do to kind of like decorate the shops and stuff? You got the weaponsmith, toolsmith. So yeah, just kind of thinking in regards to that instead of, for example, on the I like this one. This is one of my favorites. But instead of for the Nether or Underworld Explorer, instead of changing the walls to be nether brick or something, which would look cool. Don't get me wrong, that'd be a neat thing to do, but it would detract from the thought of, okay, they're quote unquote renting this, so how are you going to decorate the inside? So that was kind of my thought with that. Built this little design. I actually really like this design. I'm impressed with myself for building this one specifically because it has a curvature to it, and so I'm just impressed that like it's not perfect if you count it out. Like how many blocks are in between things, it's not perfect on the curve, but it looks good in my opinion. I'm pleased with the way it turned out. A new thing that was added is this little llama pen, and I guess the villager that is taking care of them now. This was added mostly to brighten up this area, but I also needed a place for the llamas. This building, I don't know what it's technically called. I built it off of a guide, but it houses the portals. Houses the nether portal and the ether portal, or aether portal, however you want to say it. Once again, got the bigger like market area over here, so there's at least two of every type of profession at least, and there's multiple of some other ones. Yes, this is the music tower that is not currently playing music, but even if it was, you wouldn't be able to hear it. I don't know what this is supposed to be, like genuinely I don't know, but the point was to light up the area because this is like the only spot that monsters could spawn that I couldn't find like a good lighting solution to it that seemed to fit. But I was like, this is kind of like an engineer. There's an engineer somewhere around here, and yeah, it's just lighting up the area. So I thought it was kind of cool. Goofy but cool. We got the grassy area here to chill out in. The horses now have a much larger, like not stable, like pen area that they can chill in. I got the statue, of course. Cool little statue. Yeah, there's fish down there. Thought there were fish in that. Will that be fountain, I guess? Back here is the other dock, along with some fisherman chairs. I have also fished there. Bunch of villagers back here due to all of the barrels and the furnaces and stuff. Got the dock. Pretty cool. Got my buddy Guardian over here. Don't do that. And then little shrine over there. So a bunch of villagers were falling in the water over here, so I did right over there. I added some ground so they could get back up because they were just falling in and floating for some reason. And I did consider other alternatives such as preventing drown spawns, and that because that's really the only thing I needed to be aware of was if drowns could spawn in, they could potentially infect the villagers. But I feel like this is the best option. The villagers have enough space to move, plus iron golems should spawn in if things get hairy. We got the statues as well as the other. It's really a tower, like a light tower type of thing, but it's got some water flowing there. A couple of statues. Got the temple here. I can't remember. I don't know how I really feel about the candles being here like this, but that's what I went with for now. Got the tomb here. I like the lighting in there with the candles. Man, what song is this? I'm playing a Donkey Kong lo-fi track right now, and I'm trying to figure out what song's playing. Anyway, more market area over here. Felt like these were kind of cool. Little homage there to the nether, using some nether blocks and stuff for that little stall. Got the windmill. So this is important because this does do a couple of different things. One, with the create mod, it is basically the furnace as well as the, I don't know what you call this. It not a furnace. It changes some blocks into like a nether like variant. Ow. For example, if you throw soul sand in there, it'll change it in, or not soul sand, regular sand. It'll change it into soul sand. Anyway, I got the the windmill powering all this, which is very important. I will show you why. So more market area. And then here is the like one of two factories. You know, you guys can get off of there. You're not stuck there.
Alrighty then.
Okay, that's cool. So that's a cobblestone generator. It's using mechanical drills, which I can show you. So cobblestone generator, the drills automatically break the cobblestone, which goes down these chutes over here. Down the chutes into the millstone, where it gets milled into gravel. The gravel gets ground up in these grindstones. Sand goes this way, clay goes this way. Anything else, any extra, like right now there's a backup of sand or any flint will come over here and get incinerated. And then all that just goes in here. So I actually have plenty of sand right now. All these double chests are full. I can actually put some more in there, and then clay over here. So I'll have these 9 double chests full of clay. But yeah, now I have all the sand or sand related objects that I could need, or I guess materials. This is where the machine is powered from the lighthouse. It just runs from the basement. Then got the rabbits and the killer bunnies over here. Cows, chickens. Alright, I just picked up 16 eggs like it was nothing. I don't want you. Or come here. You. Both of you die. Got the sheep. That's everything there. So now I go through this little tunnel. As I'm sure you noticed this wall. If you saw the last video, that wall was not there. So you go through this tunnel. You end up over here. So the wall. What's up with the wall? Originally, when I was kind of figuring out the whole lay of the land here. Wrong button. Figuring out the lay of the land. This was already a savanna biome with a little bit of beach back here. And then the desert was over here. And so I was trying to figure it out because I'm like, I didn't know what to do with the savanna. Maybe replace it all with sand. And then I was like, you know, I kind of want to have a wall that would be kind of separated here. So this is where the villager breeder's at. It is currently active. I had stopped it for a little while. I'm starting it again so I can populate this area a little bit. As you can just kind of see, these little dark spots, those are all just trees. Is that a monster? No, it's oh, but it's an egg. I did go through and replace a lot of the grass with moss. Simply because I like the moss being greener instead of that kind of dull color from the, not dull, but like gross looking color from the savanna. Initially I was gonna have like a park over here as well as additional housing, but when what do you call it, building fatigue started setting in, I was like, I just don't want to go through with building more housing and all this stuff. But I kind of like the park idea still, so I went through and planted all these trees. They're equally spaced and everything, so it looks pretty nice. Got the little walkway. This is the sugarcane and kelp farm. So sugarcane's on here. That just goes around every time the sugarcane grows. It will chop the sugarcane, put it into the chest. As you just saw it freeze, that was not a glitch. There is a device down here that it will empty the chests into that device, which will then put the materials into these vaults. Sugarcane on this side, and then the dried kelp on that side. It does turn it into blocks. So it is up there, comes down the belt. Once there's enough kelp, it will get crafted into a block and then go into the vault there. Then once again, still got the library. Nothing different over here. That part's the same. Then back here, so did change this up a little bit. Added these little like tree lights, and I liked those. I thought they looked good. I forgot I had cats over here. I got these tree lights. I gotta move these, but comes over to this. I don't know what it is. It's just some kind of statue. I just kind of liked it. I was planning on putting the fountain here already. I like the idea of the statue on top. So it comes over here to the house, which I did finally finish. Stupid house. Finally got it done. While I was working on the taller roof right there, I somehow messed up, and I don't know how, but somehow ended up getting the like block count off, and so the roof ended up all messed up. Not decorated on the inside, but it is complete. Roofs everywhere. Villagers have started moving in. This is obviously one of those things that I will come back at a later date and finish. What am I looking for? There it is. Yeah, so that is now all done. Didn't really put anything back here, honestly, because I just didn't know what I wanted back here. Really no point in showing that. It's just a beach area. There's nothing there. I did plant some trees. I added the glow berries for lighting back here. I felt like that was kind of an appropriate thing. Planted some trees back here once again, mostly for lighting purposes, adding the glow berries or some glow lichen here and there. Finished up this little area. Added a hot tub because I was like, what does it need? A hot tub. And actually I was messing around with something. I saw like a YouTube video of someone else that built something like this in their survival world, and I was actually just messing around to see if I could build it because I didn't know if the campfire would work under there like that, but it did, so I decided to leave it. Got the pond, put some fish in there, put some additional trees up here. Once again, mostly for lighting purposes, but also I kind of like the like vegetation back here. Yeah, there's trees all down here. So I finished this statue. So I actually really like this. I feel like it turned out super well for what I was wanting. So got the statue, got the vines. I may actually add some more leaf blocks because it feels a little bare just being right there. But so there's a bunch of coarse dirt in this scorchia. I think this is scorchia. There's scorchia and scoria. I think that was scorchia. Some coal blocks, gilded goldstone, magma blocks, and then this was an actual tree that I replaced all the leaves with this dead coral, and then the trunk with this basalt. And I used some smooth basalt and some chiseled basalt, I think is what that is. So I added all that in here, obviously the obsidian pillars and stuff. But I thought it looked really neat. The idea was kind of like similar, I guess, to the what's it called? Ruin portals, where like the netherrack is coming through, and you know, it kind of looks like the nether is infecting the world a little bit, and so it's like even down here you can see it kind of tapers off in the design for the blocks. Same thing, like all around it just kind of tapers off. So even here, it, you know, it's heavy here, and it starts getting less and less as it goes around. So I just thought that was a really neat addition. I did leave some of the savanna grass right here. So yeah, I got all that finished up. Yeah, because the only other thing is the birthday cake up here. Cat just moved around and scared me. He was laying on the back of the couch in here freak me out. Yeah, so there's another iron golem. The birthday cake. Nothing special about it yet. I may actually add another level to it, but yeah, for now this is it. Got the beds in here for the villagers. So that's what's here. I'm happy with it. So what do I plan on adding aside from expanding over to that island? Something back here just to be able to get rid of all the torches. There's another iron golem. And there's a villager stuck in the water. You kind of deserve that. I guess I'm going on a rescue mission. Yeah, so adding that. Probably not much else back here that I can think of right off. I'm fairly satisfied with that. I did think about potentially doing some additional housing on that little beach area, but I'm not sold on that yet. I do want to fix the boat back there so it doesn't look like such a childish sailboat. And then just a little bit of internal decoration. And to my knowledge, that's about it. I'm pretty satisfied with that. So yeah, that's this area. Now let's jump back over to the snow. All right, so back here, yes, I did cheat and I did teleport because it's a really long way away. So it's right here near this this waypoint. So we're at huge like snowy biome up here. Picked the place I felt like was a good area for the house, and I'll show why in a second. That's where we're at. And this is where the desert is at. So it is I want to say like 7,000 blocks away. I'm sorry, it's like 9,000 blocks away. Yeah, it's about 9,000 block difference. So that is why I cheated and flew here. This is just the start of the house. I'm not happy with it yet, but it's a start. So I like this because of the view was the big thing. I did take that like greatly into consideration when trying to choose a spot. Admittedly, I wanted somewhere that was a little bit higher, so kind of more like that back there where it was raised up a little more. But this was also a decent area because the surrounding area was flat enough that I feel like I can actually build in this area without having to do a bunch of like terraforming for the surrounding area. So right now it's a little tall, and I do want it to be a 2-story one just because I like the thought of having the bedroom up there so you can see out. And my frames are doing so much better now. But yeah, so you can see out the window, see all the trees and everything. I am going to expand it out laterally for sure, maybe even towards the back. So I got this little baby zombie villager. Figured he might be useful one day. My goal outside of this little bit that I've currently done is to try and show like all of this on camera. So I've taken my armor off because I kind of just tired of wearing it and want kind of to experience starting over, sort of. So I have my tools. Obviously I got like my tools, weapons, all that, the backpack, like all that's still there. Yeah, these blocks all still here. Everything else though, like the blocks that I want to use for this area, I'm trying to actually find in the area and like go and mine them and that type of thing, and like all of this stuff. And this one is actually because I don't know if I marked them on here. There was a bunch of ruined portals that I found. So like I said, it was a 9,000 block travel, and I saw a bunch of ruined portals on the way, and I did try to go through all of them. I actually found, I think, 2 different bastions by doing that. And so I did go ahead and loot them and got some stuff from it because I am trying to find enough ancient debris to make another netherite ingot, because I would like to get a netherite hammer, I think is what I was planning on doing. And I need one more ingot, so that's where all that came from. But once again, like I didn't bring this stuff with me from like from the desert or anywhere else. So that's kind of been my goal all along. I'm gonna stop rambling on and standing around doing nothing. I'm gonna actually talk while I get to work on this. So that's been my goal all along, is to actually be able to, like whatever area I'm in, try not to get blocks from other areas when I'm trying to build somewhere else. So for example, not bringing blocks from like from the desert village here, because that, in my opinion, that makes it a little bit too easy. And that's like, it's fine, I don't have an issue with it necessarily. I'm not like, oh, I want to be able to build somewhat quickly. So to that extent, it's like, yeah, I do want to be able to actually like have a little bit of a head start, if you will. But that's where I'm like, I got the tools already. That's gonna do a lot for me. It's not like I'm having to actually go out and try and find find the materials for first a stone pickaxe, or I guess wood, and then stone, and then from there make a a diamond one, and then so on and so forth, get more netherite, whatever. That just, I don't want to have to do that. So having the tools from the start is all right. He's dead now. Don't hit the dog. There we go. Yeah, so having that from the beginning will definitely be a positive. And it will make the whole thing easier. But like, that's why I have an actual furnace here instead of setting up some kind of fan with a lava bucket like I was. I need you to sit. Alright, I was figuring this out. I don't want this to be too big. That's the other thing. I want it to stay relatively small. So maybe come off on this side. I don't feel like I have a good use for it yet, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, so I want to branch this off a little bit. Probably keep the flooring mostly just this spruce. I'm gonna speed this process here up. Come there. I'm gonna actually go back one more. So it'll be like this, and then go this way. Alright, do I feel like this is decent enough for like a kitchen area? I think so. I'm gonna do this. I don't want it as tall. It's 3. I'm feeling 4. 4 is just feeling right to me right here. And then I do have these strip logs. Do that, and then have a little window there. Oh, right here. I'll do that. And so 2026, it's been the year so far, hasn't it? I'm trying to think if anything's actually going on currently that's like even just moderately interesting for me. Not really. Honestly, nothing's really like going on yet. But yeah, nothing's really happened yet. still a feel like fairly normal start to the year, which is fine. I'm not complaining about it. Where did I think I went down here last time. It's about 1,000 blocks. I'm gonna take the elytra to once again speed this process up. You can't see on my map. I gotta go this way, I think. I've actually been working on some other videos again for the other channel. I went through like a phase recently of just super unmotivation. That makes sense. Like I was doing it, but no, ruin portal. But I really just, I could feel within myself that like I just was not interested. Like I was just super unmotivated to do anything, and it definitely made it hard. Where did I do this at last time? Because I found a spot that was like relatively open, so the stuff wouldn't like fall into other trees. Yeah, this looks right. Wait, no. No, I'm in like here, which is fine. I know what I had said about not using other stuff to do this. Honestly, if you want to consider this cheating, that's cool. My rationale for it is these are big trees, and it does take a while to mine them, or I guess to cut them down. And doing this is a much more efficient way of going about this. So I feel like this is alright. Just to get this wood. See how much that gets. Other than probably a lot. Do this so I don't have to worry about the monsters. But yes, I've been really unmotivated with like editing. Mostly that's been the big thing, just like editing. Over the last couple of days, I feel like I'm remotivating myself. And I think it's just because I don't enjoy editing. Yeah, over the last couple of days, I've kind of been remotivating myself. Today was good. I played for like, let me actually go to 4 stacks. That's probably good. I played for like 4 hours yesterday. Not 4 hours, 6 hours. I played for 6 hours yesterday, and I was like, yeah, I've got my limit, and I need a break now. I was able to take a break, which was good, and just kind of rest today, and I needed it. I really did. Yeah, I just really needed it today, because like my body is sore, my like hips and legs and stuff are really sore, and I was kind of surprised because Monday there was a risk of some like severe weather, like ice and snow and stuff, and it was supposed to be like a lot of snow. And I think where I'm at, we were supposed to get, I don't remember how much ice it was, but it was like I think at least an inch of ice. The gym ended up being closed because of that. And so I don't think I actually went and like hooped or anything. If I'm still thinking of the right day, I think I am. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of Monday. And I think I just lifted here. If I remember correctly, which I definitely may be not remembering correctly. So then Tuesday, you know, I think Monday was also the night I slept super poorly. I think that was Monday. That does kind of sound right. I just realized I had intended on putting another door here. That's fine though. I don't have to have it over here. There. I'm trying to like think and do all at the same time. I meant think and speak. I can't even do that correctly right now. I went to the gym for a while. It was fine. I was there with a guy that I know. I'm so stupid. That looks exactly the same. I'm not using that. You can't even see where it's at. That's so dumb. I'm an idiot. I was there with him for a while. We ended up playing some games, got some shots up, all the normal stuff, and that was fine. I played some extra games that I hadn't originally intended on playing, but I was like, if I gotta play, I'll play. And that was Tuesday. Yeah. So that was Tuesday. After that, I had a piano lesson to give, so I was like, well, I'm gonna run home before I do that because I don't want to be gross and sweaty. I'm trying to give this piano lesson. Feels a little big.
That's what she said.
I'm not for sure, but 2 of these. But this wall feels kind of empty. Although I could, that's true. I could do that. Yeah, so I did that, and then I went back to the gym. I got a lift in, and it was fine. It didn't. Wow. Some other options. That was fine. I like that more. Yeah, so I went back and lifted, and it was fine. It was a good lift. I was doing arms, and then I didn't sleep, which was my own fault. But I didn't sleep much again on Tuesday night because I was actually editing, doing something I never do anymore. And I don't know what I'm doing or why. Oh, I saw it all those right there I could use. So yeah, I was actually editing. I ended up just staying up really late doing that. And then I got up, it was actually yesterday. So I got up yesterday morning to go and hoop. I slept like 3.5 hours the night before, I'm pretty sure. So I ended up, I played for, I think it was about 3 hours yesterday morning. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the roof. About 3.5 hours yesterday morning, and then I wanna say it was about another 3 hours yesterday evening. I wanna find a dark oak forest or whatever it's called. What is it actually called? There's one. Yeah, it is called dark forest. There it is. Okay, so I gotta go south. If I was better at nether travel, I could do this through the nether. That's another reason I was connecting all the portals, is so that eventually I can kind of connect everything. That's been another thing on my mind of like, how am I going to make it efficient to travel from place to place? Man, right next to the pillager outpost. This village is really close to that. I don't see anyone. Ooh. Are there any other chests around here? I don't think so. I feel like that's kind of lame that there's only the one. Got some wood. I can steal their wood. Got some jack-o'-lanterns. But yeah, so figuring out how to connect, kind of all, not necessarily connect, but make the most efficient mode of transportation for going place to place. Because like I said, this area, or at least where the cabin is at, is 9,000 blocks away from the desert village. And the desert village is, I don't even know how far that is from. It's not too far, actually. But it's still a little ways away. So that's like 3,000. So it's about 1,000 to 1,100 blocks from the Cherry Grove biome. So yeah, it's a bit of a ways from all of it. And everything is kind of spread out. But I kind of like that because I don't want everything to just be right there together. What in the world is that? I feel like, I don't feel like that's as interesting when it's all that close. Man, I gotta go that far down? Oh, there's one right there too. I need to go a little bit this way. Another pillager outpost. One thing I considered, I'm actually not sure that I've rated this because that water looks like it was just spawning in. And I have not. Another thing I've considered is blue ice, like highways. I guess the biggest drawback to that, it would be trying to actually get the blue ice because it is not cheap. I don't know if you've ever tried to collect blue ice, but I can confidently say that I indeed have. He shoots me, that's gonna hurt. He's too dumb. Later, loser. There's actually so many villages out here, it's kind of insane. I don't know if it's just because of the way I was exploring the area. I got to see a bunch of them, but yeah, there's villages like everywhere. You go a little bit more this way. This is a cool little area. I feel like I remember seeing this, but it's kind of neat with all the like broken mountains and stuff. And the floating mountains. Or floating islands. Yeah, so blue ice is pretty expensive because it takes 4 packed ice, and I think it's 4 packed ice. Let me see. Blue ice. 9 packed ice, which is 9 ice. So, oh wait, hold on, shoot. You can throw ice in there and get a packed ice. So, okay, you could do it with 9 packed ice then. Or 9 ice instead of having to collect the 9 packed ice. What? What am I? Okay, yes. I know what I'm saying. I'm just not making sense with it. By using the fan and water, I could throw 9 ice in there and it would freeze the ice into packed ice. So I would still be using 9 packed ice, but I wouldn't be having to collect, what is that? 81? Is that right? 81 ice? Yeah, in order to get the packed ice. It's just kind of close to the dark oak. Made me think it might have been a dark oak village. Now what I really want to do, go to bed. IRL and in game is gonna let me do it. And I would like to just get the sapling. That's the big thing, is I would kind of prefer just get a sapling. And then I can just go back and I can grow them and harvest them. I hear this spider and I'm quite arachnophobic. Stay away. Especially right there. I hate that. I hate that so much. When they jump at you and they're jumping from above me, genuinely that freaks me out so much. Because normally like the spiders in game, I don't like them by any means. But I'm like, it's not a big deal. They're like silly looking and everything enough that it's like it doesn't really bother me. But if they're jumping and they're jumping at me, then I really dislike that. And I have a real issue with that. Just made this 5,000 block trip for 5 saplings. I'll grab 81 ice. Is that an igloo? I guess I actually could just grab the like 9 packed ice that I need. Planning on hooping tomorrow too. That's the other thing. So I kind of want to try and get some sleep soon, but not yet. I'm no loser. Yeah, so I grew up playing about 4 or 5 different ones. There's a ruined portal around here. I was one of those people that really enjoyed that power up and tried to use it a bunch. I've also been, I have been collecting this obsidian as much as possible. I don't like that. Oh, I got more. Oh shoot. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. I grew up playing Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars, and I just haven't really come back around to it. Thought my whole computer was gonna crash there for a second. Yeah, I just haven't quite come back around to it. But eventually, I imagine I will actually end up playing it all the way through. It's here. Not currently melting. I don't think it's a bastion. See, I grew up playing those games. Super Mario Bros. 3 is another one that I really enjoy. I would say it's definitely one of my favorites. Like, goodness. You probably heard it. I like moved my hand and whacked my mic. Oh. That doesn't seem right. Sorry, buddy. Scared my cat. Interesting. I'm having like such difficulties right now. I feel like, alright, I guess that's where it's sitting now. Maybe that's where it was already sitting. I'm not sure. I feel like it's not though. I'm gonna be very like self-conscious of it now and like definitely be staring at it a lot. I just realized it doesn't look like it's gonna melt. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Now I'm concerned about that. Oh, I forgot they turned into zombie pigment. Yeah, so maybe blue ice will be the way to go. I'm not really sure. Hard to say. Debating on sleeping on the couch again tonight. This is where I slept Tuesday night. It's a pretty nice couch. I kind of like, it's weird, but I kind of like sleeping in here with like my computer and everything. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. I feel like it's because I'm able to, one, I'm able to actually get up when I need to get up. That helps because I don't sleep the best in here. But also, there's just something like comforting about this. So yeah, I could end up sleeping in here again tonight. My wife probably wouldn't like that, but she won't mind too much, probably. If I end up sleeping on the couch even more, then we'll know that she did not like me doing that. You know what? I didn't think about that. I wonder if it would look better if it was a slab roof right here. I'm wondering, like, does it look like it's going up too high? These trees are only slightly in the way. I guess I need to do this from the inside. Okay, so I need logs for right there. There we go. That looks fine. Yeah, I think that looks good. Get this snow out of here. Thinking maybe some little beams in here to help kind of bring it together. Especially like up there. I don't love the way it looks right up, like up in that area. I wonder if something like that would work. Maybe even down one. Like there. Getting some lanterns off. I feel like that looks kind of neat. I feel like that looks good. I like the way that's looking though. I feel like that's pretty cozy. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Figure out some other stuff for here, like something for right here. I don't know what yet, but we got something there. I don't want the stairs in here. Put those in another room. They're off to the side or off to the back. Not that I don't leave that armor there either. Probably move it as well. Should the roofs be like this one's slanted down this way? So it's slanted north to south. I wonder if this one should be slanted east to west, or if that would just look kind of silly. I could kind of see it. Part of me feels like this is kind of silly, but part of me can see it. And that would just be a slab. But how does that look? I actually don't hate that. I guess the other question is, how's it gonna look? Yeah, I really don't hate that. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I hope I have enough. I'm not. Do not think I'm gonna have enough wood for this, which is fine. I can get some more fairly easily. Yeah, that's all I got. I need like 10 slabs. So 6. That should cover the slab issue. No, I was talking about the Mario thing. I just realized I completely forgot about that. Okay, so let's see. I was talking about Mario 3. Another one of my favorite Mario games of all time is Super Mario World. That is one that I've also played for as long as I have played like the Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3. Because my grandparents had all those games on the Super Nintendo. So I would play a lot of that. So those are all some of my favorites. But yeah, Super Mario World, definitely one of my favorites. Love that game. Same with Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Now that's one that I really enjoy it, but I never feel like I play it enough. And then sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, I feel like there's either, I feel like it's the Donkey Kong games. It's like I play them because I'm like, yeah, I really enjoy, this game or whatever. I really enjoy the Donkey Kong Country games. But then I go back and play it and I always end up feeling kind of underwhelmed by the time it's all said and done. And I feel like I kind of feel that way with Yoshi's Island too. That like it's a good game, but I just always feel a little underwhelmed after I've like played through it or been playing it for a little while. And I'm like, what is it that I enjoyed about this game? I kind of struggle to find that enjoyment in the same capacity. That's one where it's like I'm nostalgic for it, but sometimes I wonder if a majority of my enjoyment of that game is just fueled by nostalgia and less by the actual like gameplay aspect of it. And I don't feel like that's a crazy thought or a crazy take. I feel like that is very possible. So again, it's one that I do very much enjoy. A couple years ago, I actually purchased my own Super Nintendo because it was one of the few Nintendo consoles that I did not yet own. And so I don't know where, maybe the door will actually be on this side. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to be back here. I know what I'm doing over here. So I am going to actually have a door, make it slightly asymmetrical, which I normally can't stand, but I think I can make it work right here. Oh, I need a torch or something up here. You know what, let's make this one slightly asymmetrical as well for the fun of it. Yeah, so sometimes I feel like the nostalgia doesn't come through for me like I want it to. It's like I want to enjoy the game more, but I just can't because I'm either leaning into the nostalgia of it, something seems off here, and the nostalgia just doesn't hold up, or some other reason. Oh, it's because that's the front, it's got that window on it, that's right. But yeah, so it's like, in that regard, I want to enjoy Yoshi's Island more, but when I actually get to it and get to the gameplay of it, it's fun, and there's certain like levels that I really enjoy, but then I kind of play the rest of the game and I'm like, I do remember why I don't enjoy this more than I do. But it's still a really good game, like a game that I still do very much enjoy playing and going back to every now and then. And like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, that's another one it's high up there, but it's like, funnily enough, kind of the same thing, where I feel like nostalgia sometimes is what's fueling my enjoyment for that game. And it's like, so I got it when it came out. Might have been a little after, but I got it the same year I got the Wii, which I think was in 2012 when I got the Wii. So it would have been a little bit after the game came out, if I remember that correctly. It was either 2012 or 2010, but either way, I got it and it was so much fun when it first came out. And then it was like, and this is the other thing. So then I would hear certain people critiquing it, like nowadays, not back then, but nowadays, I'll hear people critique it a little bit, like not necessarily even in a bad way, but I feel like if you have heard any critiques for this game, you've heard them all. At least for that game, like the stages were just too open, so it was too easy if you were not playing with other people. And that's the main one. That's the one you hear about literally all the time. Like that's just everyone's complaint. And it's like, I hear that, I hear you, and upon hearing that and kind of taking that into consideration upon replaying the game, I am now like, you know what? I can kind of see where you're coming from with that. I don't necessarily disagree, and I do kind of get where you're coming from, because yeah, like after I kind of heard that and could see it through that lens, I was like, oh, these games are kind of open for being like the type of game that it is. Some of the challenge does feel like it's been lost and it's easy. Like, I mean, that's your typical New Super Mario Bros. Critique, is too easy. For the Wii one, like the stages are just too big and open, that type of thing. I think it's like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with it. And so part of me kind of feels like that was a contributing factor to what caused me to kind of lose, I guess, like some interest in the game from that perspective and point of view. Of it kind of changed for me in that way. I want to have this kind of wraparound balcony here. Maybe not wraparound, actually, now that I think about it. I think I'd rather keep it like that. So yeah, that's something that's like, it's kind of whatever. I still think the game is great. Yeah, I really enjoy the game. It's just I can kind of see those flaws that people talk about. Yeah, I can kind of see that more now. But do I feel like that ruins the game? Not necessarily. Like I said, I still got the nostalgia for it. Now you take one of the newer ones, like the new Super Mario Bros. U, or you take like that one, or even the new Super Luigi U, or honestly even like the new Super Mario Bros. 2, which I'll be honest, I thought that one was also really fun when I first got it and was playing it. Like I did think that was very enjoyable. But how old would I have been? And where are my sticks? I think I was older. I think I was 18 when I actually bought a 3DS. I think it was the 2DS XL was what I actually got. And it was because I wanted to play New Super Mario Bros. 2. So I did buy it I bought a 2DS XL for that reason. I feel like this window could be a little bit bigger. This feels like a better size for it. Yeah, so I did that, and then like while I was playing it, I thought it was good. That also would have been around the time that I got the Switch. So I would have played New Super Mario Bros. 2 first, because I got the Switch as a or my parents or my dad went in and we like split the cost of the Switch for like a graduation gift. Yeah, I would have played New Super Mario Bros. 2 first, and at that point, I feel like looking back, that game was also a little underwhelming for me, but not really because of like any critiques I had heard about it. I feel like I was more underwhelmed because I felt like the game itself was just a little short, only being the 6 worlds. Which, I mean, you had the couple of special worlds, but besides New Super Mario Bros., this was like the only game that didn't have 8 worlds plus the bonus worlds. Because New Super Mario Bros. Had the like it had the 8 worlds, and then it had the 2 worlds that you had to unlock by being Mini Mario and finishing a boss level in the castle. And so I felt like that was a very like unique way of going about it. And so I enjoyed that. I thought that was a cool, not necessarily design, but like I guess gameplay choice. And so yeah, like I liked that. And so then for New Super Mario Bros. 2, only having 6 worlds with, what was it, two or 3 extra ones? I don't remember. I remember World Star and World Flower. I don't remember, not World Star, World Mushroom and World Flower. I don't remember a World Star. And that's what I was trying to think, was if World Star was a thing and I just forgot about it. Oh, I already had so much glass. Yeah, I don't recall if World Star was a thing. I felt like that was just a little underwhelming. I also kind of felt like overall the game itself was just a little underwhelming, which I can't really believe I'm saying. It doesn't feel like a real statement coming from me. Yeah, it like thinking back on it and thinking back to when I originally played it, I feel like there was just an underwhelming aspect of it because I don't necessarily think it was like I don't feel like it was the fact that the game itself was necessarily underwhelming. I think for me it was more of like what they tried to do with it, just for me, didn't hit the same. So like they tried like obviously the coin gimmick, and that was, honestly, that was fine. Like I didn't hate it. I feel like I was neutral about it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I kind of just felt like it was there. Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, it was just, honestly, that's the best way I could put it, it was just there. Yeah, it just didn't really do it for me. And then, yeah, I guess just like kind of the way the structure of the game flowed and the way that it was designed also just really didn't do it for me. I'm definitely gonna have to get more spruce wood. Do I do dark oak stairs again though? So yeah, that one just didn't really do it for me. I'm not gonna do the, or am I? Maybe I will do the dark oak stairs. Everything's kind of fitting together. Actually, I'm gonna call this one, call it a night right here. I'm getting tired. I need to either edit some more or go to bed, one or the other. Next time I remember, continue the Mario story. Talking about which games are my favorite and which ones are the best. Anyway, so this is coming together. I'm liking the cabin. I feel like it's looking solid, little balcony on it. It's feeling more like a house than a cabin. And it's all because of the second story. Like it really is. If the second story wasn't here, it would feel so much more cabin-y. Maybe it's just a large cabin. With that in mind, I am going to call it a day. I'm gonna probably go to bed because I'm tired. So if you enjoyed this video, hope you'll check out some other ones. Just want to say thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.